And you're like a legit cello player. You can really play. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, hey, thanks for being here.
Oh, absolutely.
Hanging out with us.
Oh, I'm
it's
excited.
Great to have you. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so a lot of us know you as different things. Maybe we know you as like the YouTube sensation. We might know you from Pentatonix and the sing-off, But give me a little bit of your backstory. Like, how'd you get where you are? Where'd you come from? All that stuff.
Sure. Well, my dad, he's from Nigeria. My mom's from Grenada, and they moved to the States. And my dad was, they moved to California because my dad was studying to be a doctor in the United States. And so that's where they had me. They fell in love, all that stuff. Oh, by the way, happy Father's Day. To all y'all fathers out there, we love y'all. We love y'all.
And you're live online, so if you want to give a shout out to your dad.
Hey, Padre, listen, you the man. Kind of love you. Thanks for everything. I see you. We all moved to Philadelphia, where they had my brother and my sister, and my dad finished residency there, and then he moved to Kentucky, and that's where I was raised, and I love that place. It's a great place to raise a family, and we have some real good chicken, real good barbecue chicken. There's a place called Moonlight Barbecue that actually President Clinton, when he was president, he came to that, and he gave us the stamp of approval. He's like, oh, this chicken. And so if he likes it, it's good chicken. I'm just saying. So we moved to Kentucky, and that's actually where I started doing a lot of music. I started cello at 6, and I remember my mom, she kind of tricked me into doing it. She said, hey, Kevin, listen, it'll help you get into a real good college and everything. And I'm like, yay, okay, college. And I'm thinking about that now. As I'm talking, I'm like, why did I care so much about college at 6? It's like 6, for real. But and she always said, listen, you can stop at any time. This is your thing. I just want to give you opportunities. And, I kept going, and I didn't say no. Months went by, didn't say no, years went by, and here I am today, and I still haven't told my mom no yet. So I'm thankful.
That's good.
But even throughout that time I was doing music, starting off, I was always focused on academia. My dad, he's a Nigerian man, and they're always like, listen, you have to be a doctor or an engineer. And so that's what no, legit, doctor or engineer. I'll never forget it. And so I always thought that was going to be my path, and I went to boarding school for 11th and 12th grade in a place called Phillips Academy in Andover, Mass. And then I went to Yale for undergrad. And I think it's kind of there where God started slapping me around a little bit and saying, listen, you think you're going to do medicine, that's cute. I don't think that's my plan for you. But go ahead, do your thing. Let's see what happens. Junior year, that's kind of where it all came to me, where I was like, oh, I have to do music. I did this competition online my fall semester of junior year, where it's called the Celebrate and Collaborate with Yo-Yo Ma competition. And basically, you put your own version of Don Anobi's Patram online, and if you win, you get to collaborate with him. And I didn't win, but I got second place. And he said that my music was innovative and unexpected. And I was like, whoa. Yo-Yo Ma telling me that makes no sense. He's the innovative and unexpected one. He's done all these albums with all these crazy, amazing people. But I was really humbled by that. And then I did some work for... have any of you guys heard of this man named KRS-One? Old school hip-hop rapper?
Yeah. Oh, there's a few people here.
Yes.
Usually in West O, we don't get a lot of KRS-One fans, but we got a few.
Okay, got you. Just checking. But so a guy named KRS-One, I got to open for him in concert with a friend of mine who's a rapper. He's like, yo, man, we about to go up with KRS-One. We about to do this rap thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we should do it. I'm like, okay, we'll do it. And we did it. And KRS-One came to me afterwards and said, listen, I think if you do this professionally, I think you could make some real strides in hip-hop music and music in general. And that's when I kind of had to take a step back and say, okay, Father, let's talk about this. Yo-Yo Ma KRS-One. Now, they're on two completely different sides of the musical spectrum, but they're telling me something very, very similar. Yeah. And that's when I had to, take another step back and say, okay, God, you telling me something? You might be telling me something here. And, I asked friends about it, what should I do? And they said, listen, you're 20, you should go ahead and do this. I mean, you're young, and medicine can be done at any time. And I'll never forget my junior spring break, because I was always at Yale for spring break doing writing papers and things. And it was in my residential dorm library, and I got down on my knees, and nobody was there. I got down on my knees, and I said, God, I think you're crazy, but I really, for some random reason, believe that you want me to do music as my career. I'm not the best. I'm not somebody who practiced all the time. I'm not that person who was continuously focused on this, but I just, for some random reason, believe that you want me to do this. So God, if you want me to do this, you're gonna have to make it happen, because I obviously don't know what I'm doing. And it was like a can of worms open and like gush of wind, I don't know, something like that happened. And I knew I couldn't go back on my words, and it's been a journey ever since.
Man, that's awesome.
And I'm thankful for him.
So the past couple of years then, maybe you were saying have been a bit of a whirlwind. We were talking, you went to China, and then it just kind of went nuts.
Yes, cello boxing actually started in China. 我说中文，我非常的喜欢说中文, which is, I love speaking Chinese. Actually, my group, Pentatonix, we were on a Chinese television show, 2012, and the host was like, I started speaking Chinese. He's like, what are you? I remember he said, are you an alien from another planet? And I'm like, no, I don't think so. But anyway, I started cello boxing in China, and I'll never forget, it was my Chinese teacher at the time. She said, I know you play cello a lot, which is 大提琴. And he's like, I know you do this beatboxing thing called 做口技. And have you ever thought about putting them together? They call that, I guess, a combination, 融合, which is a combination. And I was like, girl, you crazy. And then I was like, oh, wait, that's actually kind of cool. And that's when I started messing around with it. And then, honestly, since then, 2011 on was just absolute insanity. I put up the video of Julio that went viral on the internet, and two big things happened because of that. One was being able to tour with this band called Gunger on David Crowder's last tour, which was so much fun. It was just me, Michael, and Lisa, and we were. Man, I love them. I love every single person on that tour. And then I met these 4 kids from Texas. These guys, they saw my video and they're like, hey, man, listen, your cello playing's real good. Your beatboxing's good too. You want to join an a cappella group? And I was like, no, I really, really don't. Or at least at the time when they asked me, I didn't think I wanted to. And then, I was like, why not? They seem like really talented people. They seem like really fun people to be around. And we met the day before the audition in Los Angeles. And honestly, the rest is history, and just Providence has been with us ever since.
The day before the audition, you guys met.
Yes, absolutely.
And then you just kind of went and won a little TV show.
Yes, and if you asked me then, like, oh, you thought it was going to come together, right? I'm like, no. Are you serious? Like, the day before an audition of a national TV show? Oh, yeah, come on, we're just going to put it together. It's going to be all right. No. I didn't think so at the time, but I just think that's how good God's providence is, that he can take random people together and then make something like this. And I'm still humbled by it every single day when we're in the studio, when we're rehearsing, just the talents that these guys have. They're 4 of the most talented people I've ever met in my entire life. And it's been an honor and pleasure to work with them. And we've gotten to do a lot of crazy things. I guess we started our YouTube channel, PTX Official, in January of last year, and to date it has 1.1 million subscribers and almost 100 million hits. That's one of the fastest growths in YouTube history. And that just bewilders me every single day, that God can take a cappella, which is kind of an underrated genre, and make it into this thing that can get 100 million hits and 1.1 million subscribers. It's all him,
Yeah. We got just a couple minutes left, and it's so cool to hear you talk about the place that God has in your story, And all of us, many of us in certain places of our lives, wherever God has put us, we're kind of trying to live out our faith, you know, in the place that we are. We're not all in Hollywood doing the cello box thing, but, you know, wherever God has put us.
Amen.
Sometimes I wish you would have put me in Hollywood playing the cello, but, you know, whatever. No,
Hollywood's fun. I ain't gonna lie.
But okay, give us a little advice, like, how are you living out your faith in Hollywood? And I mean, what would you tell people that are, you know, in a situation where they're trying to live out their faith? How do you do that?
Sure. I would say don't be scared. And especially like Hollywood, don't be scared, because everybody thinks that Hollywood is this crazy place where the Lindsay Lohans and everybody's doing all this crazy stuff, and, you know, the drugs and the sex and all that stuff. To be completely honest, the people I've met in Hollywood are decent people who have families. They care about their families. They're moral people, and they're just trying to, you know, it's a business. They put out this type of material, and people buy it. So therefore, they think, oh, this is the kind of stuff people want to see. So for them, it's really a business. But to the core of them, they're really great people. And so I think if you just live out your life, just being who you are, I think these people, they are interested in who you are. To be completely honest, I mean, you know, they'll ask you, why don't you, you know, drink, or why don't you do all these other things? And you can start the conversation there. I'd also say don't beat people over the head with religion, because I think if you just show who you are, you know, let your actions speak louder than your words, obviously. And just trust God throughout the whole process. I mean, God's taken me some crazy places. I remember the first time we were on the sing-off, and we were going to do the song by Usher called OMG. And y'all know, if y'all know that song, I mean, there are lyrics in there that you just can't sing. And I told them, listen, I can't sing this song. I just can't. And we changed it to where we can make it acceptable, things like that. And I'm so thankful that the team understand that. And, you know, I mean, God's taken me to places with a guy named, I mean, I know a lot of you probably have heard of Quincy Jones. Amazing man. I'll never forget this. It was like February of last year, and I was like, I did my devotional, and then I was checking my Twitter, because that's what young people do, check their Twitters after reading the devotional. And I was checking it, and then I got this DM from Quincy Jones, and it said, DM me all of your information. And I'm like, first of all, Quincy Jones uses Twitter? How? I don't get it. I DM'd him all my information, and he said, listen, come to my house, I want to meet you. And I met him, and I played for him. Boy, I was praying the whole time. I was like, this is Quincy Jones? Ah! Literally the whole time. But, you know, I played for him, and he said, listen, I want you to come with me to Montreal, Switzerland. I want you to open a concert that I'm doing. It's with Bobby McFerrin and Chick Corea. And I was like, oh, okay, Bobby McFerrin and Chick Corea, no. No biggie. And I've just learned if you trust God every single step of the way, he'll be so faithful. Even if you don't think you're the best, even if you don't think, you know, God takes random people, takes the most unprepared people, and he can turn it into something great. Seriously.
That's awesome. Well, hey, man, if we want to keep up with you and kind of like follow your career, what's the best way to do that?
Well, the best way to do that is get out your phones right now, because I know all y'all got Twitter. Don't play games with me. Come on. Get your Twitters out. So you can tweet me at KOLUSOLA. Once again, KOLUSOLA. You can also follow my band Pentatonix, PTX Official. And yeah, also tweet, I guess it's hashtag CCC Omaha.
Right.
At CCC Omaha. And then cccomaha.tv.
.tv, right.
Yeah, man, let's make Jesus, you know, famous on Twitter.
All right.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do it. So yeah, that's how you can follow me. Just tweet me like, hey man, you know, you could have done this better, but it was all right, you know, whatever. Just tweet whatever you want to me.
We were walking through the hall, and people were just saying how much they enjoyed your ministry this morning. And I told them I was waiting for the first person to come up and just say, dude, that was terrible. Like, what are you doing?
It's like, I'm sorry.
I'm kidding. Hey man, thanks so much for being with us this morning. Why don't we give Kevin one more round of applause?
Thank you. Oh, whoa, thank you. Oh, how ballin' of y'all. Thank you, guys. Thank you.